And we are live. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have an awesome show in store for you. Of course, we have the famous Jason Bates. He is going to ask some really awesome questions of Brandon and Jamie about a recent deal that they closed and how you might want to connect with them in the future. So super excited you're here. Excited for you to connect with people within the community and how you can find out a little bit more about what it's like to be a part of Subto. So I am Alex. I am a part of the Morby Media team. So I will mostly be back behind the scenes answering any questions that you might have. And if you are so brave and want to ask a question of one of our guests or our host, feel free to drop that in the comments and I will bring that up to the screen for you. So thank you so much. Jason, go ahead and take it away.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I didn't realize I was famous, but I'll take it. It's all the amazing people in the community, right? And this is why I thank Morby Media and Pace Morby for what he's doing, allowing you guys to share your stories because they need to be heard. And people out there need to understand that, yeah, there is some work that's going to happen, but this can be done by anybody. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to showcase amazing people in the community like you two that are, just getting stuff done. So a little bit about me real quick. I am a Sub 2 student as well as a Gator and a top tier certified TC. I am the CEO and co-founder of Venture Vibes Fund, where we raise private capital for buying RV parks and boutique hotels and other vacation type properties. In fact, reach out to me. I do have an RV park under contract. It's showing great returns. And I'm also co-owner of Finish Line TC Services, but we're not here to talk about me myself. We're here to talk about Brandon and me. So welcome, guys. I appreciate you. So glad to take the time out of your day to come share your story.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brandon, I'll start with you. What were you doing before you entered real estate or before you got into Sub 2?
Well, I was a maintenance handyman, construction guy. I was doing all that, cabinets, carpentry, mostly in the trades.
I love it. So you got some exposure of real estate from a different angle.
Yeah, sure did.
Perfect. Love it. Jamie, what about you, my friend? What were you doing before you entered real estate, got into Sub 2?
Well, I'm still in healthcare as my day job. I'm a nurse manager. And I've been doing that since 2003. Backgrounds in emergency department mainly. And then about a year and a half ago, 2 years, I switched to managing dialysis, apheresis, some different programs like that in the hospital.
Excellent. So, Jamie, what made you decide to join the community?
Thinking about retirement and, having enough money for retirement and, living the life you want to live when it's time to retire. And came across Pace Morby. Well, I came across Bigger Pockets first, and that kind of led me in a roundabout way to Pace because he did it was a boot camp, creative finance boot camp. And that's how I kind of got my introduction to him and joined Gator first.
Smart.
About 6 months later, took the plunge and joined Sub 2 as well. I'm mostly focused in Sub 2 right now, but I kind of see PML as my secondary sort of business.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm noticing with this whole, pad split thing, trying to make affordable housing for people in the form of, being able to co-live and rent a room. I think in that space, you're seeing a lot of opportunities in the PML world because people want to get these under contract. They want to get them purchased and then split so they can start getting renters in there. And so PMLs have been helping them, do the pad split portion, get it furnished, and then get it on the market. It's been pretty cool. I've seen it in several states so far.
Cool. Yeah.
So, Brandon, what about you, my friend? What was the trigger that made you decide to join the community?
Well, I had done a few subject to deals in the past, and I was more or less just, trying to figure it out as I went. And when this community started up, I was excited to be around other people that were doing subject to, and really dial in what I was already doing because in one hand I was just winging it. I didn't really know what I didn't really know what to do other than I had a title company bring me the contracts that say this, and other than that,
the start.
it was a start. But yeah, I really wanted to, I wanted to go to the next level and be around other people doing it too.
So there you go. So you make a great point. I want to make sure everybody capitalized on what you just said. So yes, Brandon could have figured this out on his own, and it probably would have taken him a pretty significant amount of time. Or you can push fast forward by joining an amazing community that is already doing what you're doing and has a ton of people that all they care about is making sure that you level up right along with them. So great point, Brandon. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
So Brandon, tell me a little bit about your deal. How'd you find it? Break it down for me.
Actually, I covered a couple of deals. The last one, probably the deal that I'd like to talk about most was a deal that I got under contract. It was a low equity on market deal. So the agent was selling his mother's home, and she just bought it. It was a brand new house. In fact, it was built. It was complete March 2023 or 2024, and so she'd lived in there about 3 or 4 months, and there wasn't any equity in the property. He wanted his mother to at least get her money back, the money that she was putting into the house, and so we came to an agreement, that I was going to be able to buy the house subject to, and I told him it's for a friend, so I'm going to wholesale this property to a friend of mine, and it, the agent was on board. He had some concerns. I made sure that he felt safe and secure, and we went forward. And I ended up selling this property to a friend of mine. I made a $5,000 wholesale fee. I wanted her to feel like she was getting a great deal from me, and she needed it because her rent was up and she was on the verge of, should I buy a house or should I renew my lease, and this was a good opportunity for everybody.
So what you're saying is you helped the seller, you helped the buyer, and then you also helped yourself. Well, that's not a bad model for making money.
Yeah, not bad at all, right?
I don't see the hole in that one. Jamie, how about you, my friend? Tell me a little bit about your deal. How'd you find it? Break it down for us.
Yeah, so when I first joined Gator, there wasn't a lot taught yet about PMLs, so I just jumped in and made a couple mistakes and lost some money right up front, but it wasn't too much. So I learned enough of a lesson. Like I have to find the experts at this. So I linked up with Alexis Morgan, Abraham Gray, and I got involved in their fund. Yeah, they're awesome. So they have a fund that they started in Atlanta, and at the time I wasn't quite an accredited investor, but they allowed non-accredited to join. So I joined that, and part of the deal was they did monthly training on PML and breaking down deals and things like that. So that got me into some other deals that they had, some other PML deals, and I learned so much just by making that connection in the community, and it led to 2 other deals. So they're just the 2 that are outside the fund were just kind of holding costs for a developer who's fixing like a tract of houses. And once they're all fixed up, they'll be sold off. But it just needs holding costs covered in like a certain period of time. And they're in the first lien position as well. So they pay monthly, which is awesome.
Okay, so were you a connector on that, or
no? They brought it up. So went to these trainings because I was a part of the fund.
Yep.
And they said, hey, we have these houses that are coming up. If anybody's interested, sure, send me some information. And again, by the way, it's going to be first lien position. I'm like, awesome. So I partnered up with another person in the community, and we went in on one of those for like 150,000. I put in 50, and the other one was they just needed $30,000, and it's been probably over 6 months now, but it's paying like every month. It's like clockwork, so it's great. It's been a great experience. And that's how I would recommend doing it. If you could get first lien position that pays monthly, that's golden.
100%. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I got the opportunity to hang out with Alexa. I went to Florida for a multifamily event, and I spent the day with her. She's just an amazing human and very savvy when it comes to private money lending. So,
yes,
good job. Good job. Hooking up with that team. I see we got a question in the chat. It says, if you had to start from scratch, how would you make your money back in real estate? Who wants to take that one?
Well, I'll take it. If I had to start from scratch, Door knock pre-foreclosures. That's what I do.
Mhm.
Some of my biggest wins came from door knocking pre-foreclosures. We made a wholesale fee, wholesaling to a hedge fund, and it was over six figures on the wholesale in Buckeye, Arizona.
Yeah. Jamie, you want to add anything to that?
For me, I would say go to meetups, like your local meetups. Look for the people who are wearing the Subto hat, like what you have on,
Yeah.
and talk to people that have done some deals. And you can learn a lot before you even join, and then you can figure out, okay, what avatar. You might not even know what the avatars mean at that point, but you might have an idea. Like, I think I want to do more lending, or I want to do buy and hold or fix and flip. You'll find all those people at meetups. So,
Yep.
and that can kind of guide you into your real estate education afterwards.
And that's a great point, because that was going to be my piece of advice. My piece of advice, if I had to start from scratch, is I wouldn't do it myself.
No.
There's a reason why Pace built a community, right? So I would
Yeah.
find a person or a team or a group, someone, who's willing to go after. The key is to find someone who's doing what you're doing, right? That's how you hit fast
Yeah.
forward. You want to be a good bowler, hang out with bowlers. That's just face it.
Yeah.
But my point being is the community. If I had to start from scratch, I'd have used the community a lot quicker, and I would have created more value for other people to make people want me to be on their team. So that would be my biggest piece of advice too: is just embrace the community and don't try to do it alone, because
Yeah.
that's no fun. I always say it's fun making money, but it's even more fun making money with your friends. So make some friends out there.
Yeah, I'd say like work on the relationships first and worry about the money. The money will come once you build the relationships.
Exactly. Because people open their checkbooks to friends. They open
Yeah.
their checkbook to family. They open their checkbooks to people that they want to do business with. So yes, we are definitely in the relationship business. So Jamie, was there anybody else in the community involved with your deal? Top tier TC, top tier underwriting, anything else?
I'm trying to think who they use for their TC. I know they do use a TC from the community, but I want to say I forget her name. But
Okay. But you got to do. What I'm trying to show people that are watching is it's just it takes multiple people to make this stuff flow right. So
yeah,
there's probably an acquisitions team. There's probably a dispo team. You want to have a TC to help you with your documentation and your closing process.
yeah, yeah,
Underwriters, you name it.
for sure, for sure.
Brandon, what about you? What
Yeah.
members of the community did you tap on the shoulder?
So there was a private money lender that lent the entry fee. So the amount of money that paid the seller, the agent, and then my wholesale fee came from a private money lender that recorded a note in second position. So yeah, and he's from the community as well.
Perfect. I love it. I love how basically Pace has built a community where you bookend the two ends of a deal, right? So you've got top tier underwriting on one side that starts the process, then you've got the creative process, and then you got the top tier TC that kind of closes it all out. So, and then in the middle are your creative investors, in the middle are your PML, in the middle are your EMD lenders. And so it really is, there isn't anything you can't do within these communities. You can build an entire business with this group.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So let me tell you this, Brandon. How would you say Subto has impacted your life?
Well, friends and contracts and deals, So it's nice having lots of deals going on at the same time and doing deals with people from the community that you like. They got things to contribute to you that makes me better. I got things to contribute to them that makes them better. And I don't know, it's kind of how I like doing it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What about you, Jamie? How has Subto impacted your life, or any of the
Uh,
group?
yeah, I mean, it's definitely broadened my networks for sure. Just locally, I've met some really great people like Robert Harden, Carolina, and Stephen Allen. They've helped me a ton. They usually are at the meetups that I go to, and they've been very helpful. And within the broader community, people I haven't met in person but have really impacted me, like Creighton Bertrand. He's helped me with mindset a ton. Jesse Stanton, part of his cohort. So yeah, it's been really, really opened my mind as to the different ways you can make money in real estate, but also help other people in real estate. And it really is community based and a team approach for sure.
And Brendan, did I ask you how Subto impacted your life? I don't think I did I?
Well, I think I answered differently than that, but
Okay.
so you know how it impacted me honestly is I got friends that do what I like doing. I could lean on them for mentorship. I get to mentor others. I'm right now I'm closing for the No One Left Behind challenge, a couple of teams, and that's a lot of fun. And I get to be a part of some people's first real estate deal.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a really cool feeling.
I like being a part of somebody's start story. So it's good. It's a really good feeling.
Hey, we've seen enough Marvel movies. We know origin stories are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we got another question. If you could break down what Subto truly is, I'd appreciate it. In Mississippi, where I am from, there isn't any meetup locals. Well, Mike, I'll address the second part first. You can go, it doesn't have to be creative real estate. You can go to any meetup. I even go meet up with subcontractors just because I start conversations with them and then start finding out if they need PML. A lot of these subcontractors, people that run crews don't know about EMD lending either. And so a lot of these guys can only get one property under contract at a time because they think they, have to pay EMD out of their own pocket. So go out to whatever kind of meetups you can associated with fix and flippers or real estate or brokers, anybody, and start those conversations. As for Subto, it's really this simple. You have a debt, and then you have a deed that says you own the property that debt is secured to. In the form of Subto, you're taking over the payments of that debt, which doesn't leave the seller's name. It's still in the seller's name, but you take over the asset, so the deed changes into your name, and you're making payments on the seller's behalf, month over month. So that's basically the nuts and bolts of it. Your second question will probably be, well, why would somebody do that? Well, they might not have any equity, or they're behind on payments and they just need to get rid of the debt so that they can save the credit. So there's a gamut of reasons why people would go Subto. Some people do hybrids where the Subto, the terms are so good because they're terms from 2018, 2017. The terms are so good that they'll do a Subto on that, and then they'll carry a note in second position for the equity, which they call a hybrid. So there's a bunch of cool reasons why people do Subto, but it opens up the possibility because interest rates are so crazy right now. The interest rates can kill a deal, but with creative finance, you could save a deal. So that's my 2 cents. I don't know if you amazing gentlemen want to add anything.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agree. Yep.
Perfect. Keep those questions coming. So Jamie, 2025, got a whole year ahead of you. What's up? What are you doing next? What's on deck for you guys?
For me, I joined a partnership maybe 3 weeks ago, and we with a couple other Subto members, Jody Ogden and Monique Aranda, and we're looking at purchasing pads, like things that we can turn into pad splits or co-living, like in Texas, Georgia, different areas like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's our model, and right now we're interviewing for an underwriter position, which we hope will lead in, if we find the right candidate, will lead into an operations manager for us, kind of take a lot of stuff off our plates.
Always a good idea. Always a good idea to have a operator that can oversee that stuff so you can focus on your superpower.
Yep.
I like that. What about you, Brandon? What's on deck for you? How's 2025 look?
Well, I intend on wholesaling 4 contracts a month. I'm going to fix and flip 3 properties this year and partner on a multifamily apartment building. I think I'm looking for something about 16 units or bigger.
Nice. You're going to raise capital for it? You're going to have GPs and LPs, or you're going to just try to do it all creatively?
Well, I do got a money lender that I plan on partnering with, and I intend on having him pay for the whole thing. So
Good. Okay, perfect. That makes it a whole lot easier. Trust me, my friend. Having a fund is work. It's work, but once you have one, it just opens up the doors on the possibilities of things you can purchase.
Yeah.
So very nice. Okay, Brandon, this is one of my favorite questions because I always get some really cool answers. What would you say to someone who is on the fence about joining this amazing community?
Oh man, stop getting on the fence. nothing gets accomplished there, So, I mean, once you're in, you're like, oh, it's worth it. Once you're in, it's worth it. And being on the fence, I mean, you're not in the club, and you're going to miss out. Is my 2 cents. So get in and play.
I like that. Play is fun. If you play, then it's not work, and so it's fun. I like that. Good analogy.
Yeah.
Jamie, what about you, my friend? What would you say to somebody who's on the fence?
I would say just do it. I mean, some people probably look at the costs up front, and but when you see all the value that Base gives back and all the different ways he shows us how we can make money, and the value just keeps coming, and it's a one-time cost to join, so you realize that you're actually getting it at a discount.
That's
Big
true.
discount.
Yeah, because he's always continuing to add new content. He's always continuously adding value.
Yeah,
He's always coming up with new ways to use creative finance.
I mean, I've joined programs before where you pay like a monthly fee, or you pay once and you get a bunch of videos and then you're done. And there's maybe a Facebook community that's not very active, right?
Yeah,
So
no,
Subto is not like that.
Yeah, everything you're saying is true, right? Yeah, that's a whole community aspect. Again, I'll say it again. I said at the beginning, get in the community and make friends, because it's fun to make money, but it's more fun to make money with friends. It's
Yeah,
just
sure.
there's just a buzz of energy that happens. So that's awesome. So I love the fact that you guys have very distinct things that you want to focus on for the next now 11 months, because I guess today's the end of January. And that you guys are ready to take on the world. That's incredible. But more importantly, you guys both seem like you're open to, helping people that are new, helping people that might have questions, or just help people, maybe add people to your team. So, Brandon, what would be the best way for people to connect with you?
Text me. I love people to text me. Yep. Phone
Perfect.
numbers on the next to my name.
Okay, watch. Phone's gonna blow up. Jamie, what about you, my friend?
For me, just go to Instagram. You can DM me. I also have a link on there. It takes you to like my website and everything. And I do have like a little ebook that I give away to people that join. A mailing list that I have. So I get you into my CRM so I can communicate with you a little bit better.
Nice, I love it. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you guys actually wrapping up January of 2025. This is the last one for 2025 of January. So well done, gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. This was so awesome and really insightful. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer Mike's questions. And we are so excited to continue to keep doing this for you. So if you liked what you saw today, be sure to join us on Tuesday and follow the Pace Morby team page as well. But yeah, all y'all are like so chill. It was such a pleasure like listening to your voices as well. So I'm sure your phones are just gonna blow up as well after this show. So go ahead and give some love to Brandon and Jamie and Jason, and we will let you have a wonderful rest of your Friday.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.